And welcome to the third and final game of this weekend as Team Argentina and Team Ireland square off in a warm-up game prior to the World Cup next week. And if you happen to be watching at home, we are just outside of Dublin.
In Greystones.
In Greystones.
Sunny Greystones.
I don't even know if it's sunny.
There's a hint of sarcasm there.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Team Argentina having just played Team Scotland and racked up their first victory.
Team Ireland played Team Scotland this morning. Scotland came out the victors. So we'll see if they have better luck during this bout.
And as we get started here, we're going to see number 23.
That's Emma Greenhall-Cooney, lead jammer for Ireland.
And Cooney's going to come around turn number 2. Going to be met by 3 of the Argentine blockers as Timus has received the star. They will call off the jam, of course, to protect the points.
We got 1 point to Ireland there for that jam.
Oh, they did get one. So we've got a 3-1 lead in favor of Team Argentina. Team Argentina, if you're watching at home, would be, of course, in the blue and white. In the green and black would be Team Ireland.
You might be able to tell Team Ireland because the jammers are wearing shamrocks on their jammer helmet covers. And for Team Argentina, the jammers have a beautifully stylized Argentinian star on their helmets.
Exactly. The sun, actually, as Mania, who actually skates for Dublin, is the jammer for Team Argentina.
She's coming up against blockers for Team Ireland, who also skate for Dublin, so there's a little bit of tension there, I think.
And we've got the jammer down. That's going to be Rusty Bullet for Team Ireland. Right now trying to fight off number 28, that's Julia Suelta. And as she's doing so, Mania working on her first scoring pass.
So she's just got 2 to beat there, and she's made it through no pass, no penalty, through on her first scoring pass and coming around for another.
Yep, there could be a low block called there, and that is going to send Clark to the penalty box.
Now Rusty Bullet has passed the star off to number 42, that's Harvey.
And with that, Mania going to call off the jam. And of course, if you've been watching it all this weekend, and you darn well should have been.
You missed some excellent derby if you didn't.
Exactly. As Team Awesome from 2x4 in Buenos Aires is amid embarking on their European tour. They're going to do their whole WFTDA season in a matter of 3 weeks. Of course, many of those players on Team Argentina, 7 came to join them today. That's Lulazan from 2x4. And Lulazan does what she does best, and that is gains lead jam.
Yeah, we have Snowden for Ireland at the back of the pack here. Still working on her initial pass.
And though she's having difficulty right now, she's had a very strong weekend.
The first scoring pass complete by Lulazan.
And as we have, oh, Erzan! She's going to get that in the air, but she is not going to be able to land it in bounds. We're sorry, but Erzan does not get the landing gear down. Your beverage service has been disrupted.
It was a very, very impressive looking beverage service.
That's
also.
right. And just like United, they'll probably pull you off the plane and beat you.
So Snowden is working away here on this power jam. We have the Irish blockers trying to provide some offense for her and get her through.
Oh, Snowden with a nice move on the inside. That's going to be 5 points as Lulazan comes back out on the track.
So we're going to have a full 2-minute jam here as Luzanne went to the box, so lost her ability to call off the jam.
Snowden now up against that staunch 3-wall that's up front.
We have a penalty being given to one of the Argentinian blockers for clockwise blocking.
And I'll tell you, Maria, one thing that Argentina doesn't do when they block is give up much room on either the inside or outside of the track. They stretch it out as well as anyone.
No, but they also seem to take up a lot of room in the middle of the track.
Yes, they do.
There's not much of the track that they really leave open.
No, that 3-wall that they have worked out is going to hit both sides. And as you saw there, Snowden's just going to run out of space, call off the jam.
So moving on here, we have Murphy on the line for Ireland. Is it Tropical Mechanica for Argentina?
It is. Tropical Mechanica. I think it's Murphy. Murphy with a nice job going around the outside of Pop.
Tropical Mechanica went for a star pass, distracted the Irish blockers and got out.
Oh, Murphy with another fine run through the inside.
A very effective hit it and quit it there by Murphy.
Absolutely.
So 4 points to Ireland on that jam and 0 to Argentina.
Murphy doing a nice job of finding just a little bit of room left open on the inside. And that was so much fun, we're going to line them up and do it again.
Okay, we got Greenhall Cooney jamming for Ireland. And Matt Flacca for Argentina. Greenhall Cooney just makes it out on the outside line there for lead jammer. Oh, excuse me, not lead jammer. There was a no pass, no penalty.
Yep, she winds up passing somebody who was out of play. In the meantime, Matt Flacca is going to get the lead jam call. She's going to protect the points. And we've got ourselves a Argentina 22, Ireland 15 sort of game. 22-17 left in the first half. This game brought to you purely by adrenaline.
Yeah, indeed.
Adrenaline, the quicker picker-upper.
Maybe with a little bit of caffeine thrown in.
Well, in my case, always.
We got Manija for Argentina and Rusty Bullet for Ireland. Manija is pushing out the pack at the front.
Yeah, Mania's going to get a little help from Correa. Correa going to run some interference. Mania keeps his feet moving. But for the third time in a row, we're going to get ourselves an Ireland lead jam.
Manija hit out and recycled by Ona Kelly.
Oh, looked like Rusty Bullet had a nice positional block in front of her on the inside. It collapsed at the last second. As Tomasi looked like she was going to try and just put the pry bar in the door for her, but it didn't hold up. Nonetheless, a 3-0 run in favor of Ireland.
So the crowd getting pretty excited here at this stage.
That's
I think you
right.
can tell
That is all of Maria's family in the background, if you're watching at home. And friends. You have a lot of friends.
I do. I'm pretty popular.
You seem like the kind of person that should have a lot of friends.
Why, thank you.
And that's Lulasan. Lulasan looking on the outside.
We got some jammer on jammer defense there with Snowden blocking Lulazan, both of them going out of bounds, and now back in to start all over again.
Yeah, I think Snowden got there first, knew there was no space, took Lulasan down. Lula's going to continue to fight herself through. Should be your first jammer out of the pack. She is not lead jammer.
Snowden still fighting on her initial pass.
And looked like she had the inside line. Wasn't quite able to stick it as Timus is going to get a hold of her. And right now she's being harassed by Timus. And I believe that's Capitan Barbosa.
We've seen some beautiful pairs defense from Argentina today in the game earlier, and some of their players in 2x4 yesterday. It's something they excel at, I think.
Yes. Yeah, if you basically drive yourself in the middle of that three wall, they'll just pop you like a grape.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. It's not pretty.
It is not pretty.
Lulasan dropped to the ground, but nonetheless has fought through, and she will put up what we call a grand slam in the U.S., 5 points.
Yeah, not very easy points, it has to be said. The defense for Ireland is working very well and very hard to keep her back. Snowden still trapped at the back of the pack, unfortunately.
Lulasan with another 5. And Sun now fighting the three wall of Team Ireland.
Okay, with a jam has been called off. Snowden got out of pack there with a distracting star pass fake.
So Snowden going to work herself through the pack, and of course, Lulasan at that point going to call it off, protect the 12 that she put up. And if you're watching at home, sorry, the immediate stamping had me thinking the building was collapsing. I was scared.
They're quite rowdy crowd we have here in Dublin generally.
So if you're watching us on YouTube right now, it's Argentina 34, Ireland 19, 18-10 remaining.
So we have Murphy fighting at the front here to get out.
And that's Murphy on her second jam. This time around, however, it is going to be Tropical Mechanica, who's going to be your lead jammer. Murphy right in her wake.
Hot on her heels.
And Tropical Mechanica trying to make sure she's getting the right signal. She's going to call off the jam, of course, and nobody's going to score on that one. Do you call that donut holes as well?
Oh, we call them many things, but I suppose that would be one of them.
Okay. I thought maybe you had a pastry that didn't have a hole in it or something, and so it wouldn't translate.
No, we have the same pastries that you have.
Okay, well, that's good.
The donut is an international pastry.
You learn something every day. And number 23, you see her shoot up the outside. That's going to be Cooney. Oh, nice work. She is not lead jammer, however. And Mad Flacca looking back to the coach. And the coach says, yeah, go ahead, stop that one.
She's waiting until the last second possible to call it off before Cooney can score.
And with a mere 15-point differential and about 15 minutes having passed in the first half.
This game is shaping up to be an exciting one.
I did that math all by myself.
I'm so glad you're here because I don't think I would have figured it out.
We call it, you know what? You call it, I'll give you a tip. You call it announcer math because that means it doesn't necessarily add up.
Are you just hoping nobody will check?
I don't know, I've always called it that. I think I learned that from somebody else. As we see number 95, Mania, fighting up against that three wall. Oh, nice block.
That's it. That's Elaine Clark recycling Maniha to the back. We have Rusty Bullet up front for Ireland.
I think Clark had Tone hit the button.
Maniha going for that outside line and darting towards the in, and she's through. Calling it off before Rusty had a chance to score.
And Lulasan and Snowden going to take the jammer, the helmet cover for their respective teams.
The jammer what?
I was going to say the jammer cover for some reason. I'll be honest with you because I don't know why. You just bring it out at me.
No,
Mostly I just lie.
I thought it was good.
Lulasan not going to be able to stay inside the lines. Oh, nice job. Nice movement by Team Ireland to recycle the defense up front.
Yeah. Lulazan working them very hard there. They're having to switch up their wall because of her lateral movements.
And there you see Timas coming through, running interference, trying to get Lulazan through. Something you don't see very often is Lulazan's feet stop. And of course, after 2 days and how many games later, I'm sure those feet are pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm sure she's going to have a very enjoyable snooze tonight after 6 games.
Absolutely. Snowden now coming around, make her presence known. Lulazan will call off that jam. And right now, Argentina has Ireland doubled up. 38-19, 13:52 remaining in the very first period. And we got ourselves...
Looks like they're having a little chat in the center.
Okay, this is going to become a team time out for Team Ireland.
This might be a good opportunity to mention that there will be a raffle at halftime.
That's right. If you're watching on YouTube, well, it's just not going to work. If you're here in the house, you can still get yourself some raffle tickets.
Yeah, there's some...
Over at the table by the entrance.
Yep, beside the cake sale over there. Also, you can get a cake while you're at it.
Yeah, we could just call them the raffle people.
Yep, yeah, there they are there. I would like to let you know about these raffle prizes if you would.
You know what? Please inform us.
Well, there's a selection of, it was described to me as beautification products. And also bottles of wine. So either you can make yourself look nice or you can have a drink.
I think in my case, I would have a drink. I'd keep drinking until I thought I looked nice.
That's the thing. You have that option.
And if they put it in a bag, I can just put that over my head. That's a beautification process right there.
It's funny you mentioned that. There are also some lovely branded tote bags. If you would like to put one over your head, you could do that.
I might be a two-bagger in case the one breaks. As we get started here right now, we're going to take a look at Tropical Mechanica. She's going to try to tiptoe that inside line, and she's going to get through, able to leverage herself enough on her toe stops. She will be lead jammer.
Yeah, we have Murphy for Ireland. Just at the front of the pack. 1 to beat, and she's out. Tropical Mechanica just completing her scoring pass and calling it off before Murphy gets around.
Absolutely, Murphy's as Murphy comes out of the pack, Tropical Mechanica going to take that 4 points. Hold on to it. 42-19, 13 minutes remaining in the first half of what has been a tremendous weekend.
Yeah, I'm actually
put on by Dublin Roller Derby.
I'm not joking when I say that this might be the most exciting weekend of roller derby that we've ever seen in Dublin.
And that's fantastic. It's been great to be a part of. We see Mad Flacker right there. Shooter on the outside like somebody stamped on a packet of ketchup.
So we have Greenhall Cooney recycled to the back of pack there, coming back up to hit the Argentinian blockers and getting hit herself.
Mad Flacca, even though she got through very quickly for the lead jam, fighting a 3-wall up front that has been very tenacious in recycling itself. Of course, now they push the 20-foot zone of engagement, and they have to let her go.
We have a jammer penalty.
Or maybe she could cut the track.
A jammer penalty to Mad Flacca, who goes to sit in the jammer penalty box.
Actually, I didn't see what the penalty was. It could have been a low block if she ended up on the ground. And in the meantime, this is going to be advantage Ireland.
Irish blockers going in for some offensive help for Greenhall Cooney, who is also called on, I believe, a forearms penalty. And we'll go and sit in the box.
That was like time stood still for a second. Like, was that me? No, I think it was you. Which one of us is going out? Okay, let's play again. Mad Flacca back out on the track. She comes out of the penalty box. And with a blocking advantage for Team Argentina, Mad Flacca hoping that she can make quick work of this. And nice
Not-
mixed direction movements. But you know what? She doesn't buy it.
Not so fast. That was Farrell Ferry blocking up at the top of the pack there, giving Matt Flacco a hard time. Greenhall Cooney back in from the penalty box.
And that will be the end of that gem. That's a 14-4 run in favor of Argentina. This has actually been a this has been a very hard-fought, very close game. Team Ireland making a couple of nice runs, Murphy in particular.
Yeah, she's got those twinkle toes. I've noticed on both sides the defense has been ferocious, I would say.
Yeah, and of course, as we both know, once you get to this level, it has to be, or you don't have much of a chance. And Mania right there, as there's a little confusion in which blocker for Ireland's going to hit the penalty box, is going to get the advantage of having an open hole in turn one.
Well, we have Mania on her first scoring pass here. Rusty Bullet just completing her initial pass, but has cut the track on her way around and is going to the penalty box.
She was awfully close, but it looked like with that last skip, she was a little bit inside of the inside line. And we're going to see Harvey sent to the penalty box as well. Right now, it's a 3-2 blocking advantage. Mania going to take advantage of that. And look at that. That's going to be Ladrisho, who's going to basically open the door to Mania's immediate future, upon which she scores 5 points.
And what a point-scoring future it is. For the next jam, we will have the Irish jammers sitting in the penalty box and 2 of the Irish blockers.
So it's going to be a power start, and it's going to be advantage Argentina as far as blocker numbers out on the track. They start out towards the pivot line, pull back jammer line, and Lulazan makes that pretty quick as she's going to be your lead jammer. Korea now back out on the track.
Lulazan completing her first scoring pass there.
Yeah,
and coming around for the second.
Clark makes nice work of it. Couldn't keep Lulazan back. Now Harvey back out on the track, and both teams back to full strength. Well, I said that a little too fast.
Was that your fault?
It could be. I get blamed for a lot of things.
We have a Rusty Bullet here trying to complete her initial pass. She's taken off the jammer cover.
And Lulazan, I'm pretty sure that she could skate through a ray of light coming through a keyhole as she goes through some of these packs that look like they have no space for her at all. And that particular time, it did not. She chooses the outside line, and she's going to get pushed out of bounds. And the Irish defending tandem just a little bit off in their timing. Lulazan going to get by them in turn 4.
It seems there's been a star pass to the pivot, Harvey, and she's still working on that initial pass. We have Lulazan coming around again for another scoring pass.
I'll tell you, Lulazan is always good. But when Lulazan is on fire, it's dangerous. And right now, she's put 23 points up.
I think this could be described as a bit of a smoldering fire, yeah.
Yeah, with that, Lulazan gonna put up 28 points, taking what was about a 25-point differential, turning it into an 89-23 game, 6:33 remaining.
Very successful jam for Argentina there. And let's do it all again now. Next up on the line, we have Snowden for Ireland and Tropical Mechanica for Argentina.
And they're going to start at the pivot line, but they are going to bring it back up. And Tropical Mechanica just going to keep hammering that 3-wall. And she will get through as she just sneaks around the outside hips of Kelly.
We have a star pass from Snowden to Elka Dixon, who takes a star for Ireland and gets out straight away with it. Meanwhile, Tropical Mechanica is trying to complete her first scoring pass and calls it off.
That's right. Nice job of Ireland's defense, Team Ireland's defense, getting Tropical Mechanica out of bounds. That's going to force Elka Dixon to call off the jam. And I believe that's going to be Mad Flacca.
We have Murphy there on the line for Ireland.
Such an uncommon Irish name. Such an uncommon Irish name.
Yeah, she actually, Murphy, typically Irish name, also very skilled at Irish dancing, which might explain some of the fancy footwork you've seen.
Actually, reviewing Ireland's roster, I did notice that there was somebody on the team that was versed in Irish dancing, so it must have been Murphy.
There are a number of them, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, some of that footwork is quite jig-like when you look at it. So we have teammates in another guys, Greenhall Cooney and Maniha, on the line together for Ireland and Argentina.
So things are stopped here for a second. That's going to be an official timeout. So the real question becomes, you know, being the fact that you skate with Dublin and a number of your teammates do Irish dancing, is it Violent Bob that teaches those lessons?
You may have unveiled what was a long-kept secret within the ranks of Dublin Roller Derby.
I was always suspicious, but not sure.
He has those flouncy Michael Flatley shirts, but in Packers colors.
Oh my, if you only knew the history behind that, that was classic. Maria, I like you. That was classic. As we have an official timeout right now.
Sorry about that, Bob.
So for those of you at home, we are entertaining the crowd at times, and yeah. The man is called Violent for a reason. I think I've just been uninvited from things.
He just doesn't like everybody to know about his amazing rhythm.
You just don't get a good Michael Flatley reference all that often, and you drop that so perfectly. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
He is the Flatley of roller derby.
And of course, if you're at home, that's Michael Flatley of Riverdance fame.
Oh, people know that.
Well, you know, there could be a generational gap. Infomercials that don't run anymore. Things of that nature. So this is an official review. Of course, you know, one thing I always like to talk about is if you're not that familiar with roller derby, or even if you are, you may not know exactly how the technical part of a review works when it comes to officiating. Basically what happens, of course, is one of the team captains and the alternate will approach the referees and let them know that they feel a decision was either incorrect on a penalty or not called. The officials will then, of course, take that back in process and figure out who it was that would have been in the best position to see whether or not that was a penalty, and then they apply peer pressure until that person sweats. And they say, what happened 2 minutes ago? And they blurt out an answer.
That is
just as effective as video, quite honestly.
a textbook description of an official review there. Mostly peer pressure based. You heard it here first.
If somebody asked me what happened 2 minutes ago, I have no idea.
Yeah, refs need good memories.
Yeah, yeah, and focus.
Yeah, they're
Announcers are-
elephant-like in their memories.
Announcers are mostly ADD. No,
Sorry, what was
we
it?
really are. Exactly. Squirrel. 4:25 remaining in the first half. We have a warm-up game here between Team Argentina and Team Ireland as they prepare for next week's World Cup in Manchester. And we are back off to the races.
We have Maniha jamming for Argentina and Greenhawk Cooney for Ireland.
And Cooney's going to get through first. She will be your lead jammer. And Pop shaking her head, but she's going to be sent off the track for a blocking penalty.
Maniha has removed the jammer star. She's still stuck on her initial pass here, looking for some help from her friendly blockers.
And right now for Team Ireland, a strong finish to this first half would be crucial. And nice job right there by Cooney, putting up 7 points. 7-0 run for Team Ireland, 3:34 remaining, going to cut the lead to 65. This is really, really a formidable, hard-fought game. Team Ireland really putting up some resistance against Team Argentina.
Absolutely, a very strong opening to the second half here. We closed the first half with a pretty strong run from Lilazan from Argentina, so nice to see we're getting very strong jams from each side, alternating.
And nearly every skater that is participating in the events at this point has probably skated at least 3 to 4 games this weekend. So I'm sure we are starting to see a little bit of exhaustion come into play.
Yeah, well, this is probably a good idea to run endurance-type events like this, considering all of these skaters will have to go to Manchester next week and skate in many more games than that over the course of a weekend.
Well, at least they sure hope so.
Yeah, the lucky ones.
Yep. And this is an official timeout, by the way. If you have just tuned in from at home, what took you so long? And of course, this is Team Argentina up against Team Ireland. Ireland in the green and black. As Team Argentina is in the traditional white and blue, for all of those of you that follow professional football.
And just for all of you who follow the Irish airline, you'll notice the shamrock decal on the Irish Jammer helmets and the beautifully stylized star on the Argentinian Jammer helmet
it's a
covers.
sun.
Sun star. The sun is a star, though, right?
Okay, you got me. You blinded me with science.
Uh-huh.
Though we're not precisely sure what is being contested, we do know it's something.
Well, we hope that it's something. Otherwise, they just felt like having a chat.
No, I say we go to McDonald's for supper. They could be talking about things like that. You never know.
Yeah, you get pretty hungry. This officiating is hungry business.
I got peanut butter and jelly again. I'll trade you that for your
Well,
liverwurst.
An interesting fact for you is that jelly is not called jelly here. It's called jam. Did you know that?
Well, that would have been my guess. But we actually call them both because they're actually considered two different things.
Well, yeah.
But I don't know why.
Well,
Because I don't eat either.
I think I do. I think jelly. I think
One
doesn't
is a
have any actual fruit in it. It's mostly
it has to do with preserves or something.
Yeah, we're more a nation of jam lovers than a nation of jelly lovers here.
Okay, I'll give you that. And because we're coming up on a jam, I think it's only appropriate.
Okay, we're ready to get started again here after that official review. We have Rusty Bullet on the line for Ireland. Is that Lulazan for Argentina?
Yes, it is. And Lulazan finds some room on the inside of turn number 1. She is gone, and that she will be your lead jammer. And we see already number 414, Rusty Bullet, with the helmet cover in hand, trying to find the pivot, or maybe just stash it.
We have both Pop-Up for Argentina and Kelly back from the box, so full packs both sides. Lulazan coming around for a scoring pass now.
Fairly certain Lulazan might be a cyborg.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe a lot of Argentinians are cyborgs, having seen them play this weekend.
Wow. Audience taking that one pretty seriously.
It's all in good fun, okay?
Absolutely. Lulazan going to find a little crease on the inside of the back. As the defense recycles, she's going to try and work herself through Carton up front, as well as number 44, Kelly. And ladies and gentlemen, Lulazan going to put up 5 difficult points as she's on a 15-0 run, and Argentina starting to open this thing up, Maria.
Lulazan doing some lovely little hops there to get through on her next scoring pass. It was a no pass, no penalty on the way through, but she made it out.
She didn't get 5, but she did get 4. So far, she's on a 19-0 run, and she's putting up more points as we speak. You can see her right now. She's got Hulka up there, and I think Hulka trying to determine whether or not she should run interference. She does. Lulazan still can't get through the inside line.
Meanwhile, there was a star pass there to Farrell Ferry, who just at the end of the jam managed to make it out of the pack.
And Lulazan, of course, at that point, going to call the jam. And we've got an official timeout as we see the teams taking the track. Dixon out there, as well as Harvey for Ireland. Curea Maki, the cleaner.
The cleaner?
Lambera, as well as Pop.
What does the cleaner refer to?
The cleaner? I gave her that name. I was watching. I'll tell you what, the story's way too long. But in the end, she cleans up all the messes.
I see, yes, I sort
the
of
cleaner,
guessed.
kind of like, you watch mafia movies and there's a guy that's a cleaner? Yeah, all right. Little Pulp Fiction on the other night, and I thought, yeah, that's Maki.
She's kind of got this Tarantino thing going on.
Oh, I don't know, but she's definitely got the Harvey Keitel thing nailed. And I apologize to her parents, who apparently I've totally confused with that nickname.
Oh, yeah?
Maki the Cleaner Lambera, because they're listening to me, of course, probably have no idea what I'm saying.
Maybe they just think
or
that
they
she's
just don't
very
know what
tidy.
the cleaner references.
She just keeps her place real tidy.
So she was appreciative as I explained it to her this morning. I think. A little bit of that dancing would be good right about now.
Yeah, Bob, what do you think?
Try not to, because it hurts my head and smoke comes out of my ears.
Yeah, I don't think I've been forgiven for the Michael Flatley jibe yet.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing. I wind up leaving, and you will have to face the music.
Leaving a trail of destruction behind you.
And of course, I think everybody well aware that the first through the fourth in Manchester will be the Women's World Cup. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is a warm-up game for the World Cup between Team Ireland and Team Argentina. It's been very tight till about the last 10 minutes. 118-31 in favor of Team Argentina. And we are down to what is likely the last jam, and that is Tropical Mechanica, who's your lead jammer.
We have Snowden for Ireland, about half a lap behind. Tropical Mechanica just completing her first scoring pass and calling it off there. We've had a lot of short jams here in this game so far.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the Argentine teams is they do not they have a tendency to play it by the book. The moment they get the 4 points, they know the other jammer's out. They don't waste any time, so they'll hit it and quit it. And I think part of it too is when you're playing a game, when you're playing as many games as you are this weekend, any energy that they don't have to expel, they do not.
Absolutely. We're off again with Murphy jamming for Ireland.
Yeah, that's Mad Flacca in the middle of all that. Mad Flacca looking for some room on the outside. She's going to get sideways. But up the middle, Murphy not quite able to stay in bounds.
We had a pretty fast surge of the pack there, and it's sort of slowed down here again. Both jammers still working on initial. And we're all the way around the pack nearly.
Oh, Murphy with a nice apex skip.
That was that jigging that I was talking about earlier.
And an interesting scenario as Ireland's, another nice move.
So there's been a star pass on the Argentinian side, and the Argentinian pivot cum jammer is now going around for the second scoring pass before Murphy just calls it off.
That's right. Tamus had taken the helmet cover. And we are going to hit halftime right here, but what a fun jam that was as we saw that Irish three-wall holding up so well, and then the back of the pack just storming through, giving Murphy the opportunity to put some points on the board. She's going to score a 6-4 run. We're going to hit halftime. I'm Bob Noxious alongside Maria, and we're going to take 14 minutes and 31 seconds to come up with other ways to make the crowd angry with us.
Entertainment is just leaving the track.
Yeah, we lost people last time that happened. And the track has been cleared, the mouth guard has been found, and we are off and running. If you're just tuning in, this is a warm-up game for Team Ireland and Team Argentina as they prepare for the World Cup next week. As you can see right now, that is Tropical Mechanica, who is going to work herself through the pack. Nope, she's going to get pushed to the inside, recycle.
Meanwhile, we have Greenhall Cooney for Ireland, who has just completed her initial pass, having taken off the jammer cap, looking for a star pass, but managed to make it out by herself. Tropical Mechanica calling it off now, seeing that the Irish jammer is about to come around on a scoring pass. So the scores stand here at 37 for Ireland to Argentina's 131. We had a pretty crazy and exciting first half.
Yeah, the first half, actually first 20 minutes, very close game within about 25 points. Lula Zahn goes on about a 28-point run, starts to open this thing up as we see number 1953 out there right now, and I believe that is going to be Mad Flacca.
We have Rusty Bullet jamming for Ireland. Still working on her initial pass, getting hit to the inside there and recycled. We have Mad Flacca working on her first scoring pass. Pretty hard going there. The Irish defense is holding her on recycling at a ferocious rate. Rusty Bullet still struggling on her initial pass against that really hard defense of the Argentinian team.
And Team Ireland's defense up front, giving Argentina no opportunity to score at the moment. Mad Flacca totally wrapped up. That's going to be Thomasy. And then you're going to see Harvey in there as well.
Rusty Bullet has removed the Jammers star. She is working out towards the front of the pack now, still trying to complete her initial pass. And we have a pair of Irish blockers blocking at the back of the pack, blocking Mad Flaka, who is just coming through on her second scoring pass.
Yeah, Mad Flaka, she's gonna use that leg strength and the leverage to be able to get through that 2-wall, but unfortunately, as she shoots out the back side of that, gonna cut the inside of the track. She'll go sit.
We have had a star pass from Rusty Bullet to the pivot, Harvey. And the jam has been called off. Mad Flaka is still sitting in the box for Argentina.
So Team Ireland going to begin things with a power start. Once again, if you're watching us on YouTube, of course, the clover in the green should tell you that is Team Ireland. The gold sun in the blue and white is going to be Team Argentina, of course. Maki Lambera, Treya in there. Julia Suelta.
We have Snowden jamming for Ireland. Just working on her initial pass now as she's getting some help from her blockers. Farrell Ferry there and Rolo Tomasi.
And Mad Flaka coming in hard. Even though we see a couple of bodies drop, they're going to say it doesn't change gameplay at all. Mad Flaka going to be run to the inside that time.
Plant, that's the wonderful Plant. She's recycled all the way to the back, and the wall is reforming here as Mad Flaka managed to get out there on an outside line, but only to face the reformed wall again at the front.
And that's going to be a clockwise block. That is going to send number 35, Curea, to the penalty box. Maki, the cleaner Lambura, also going to be sent to the penalty box.
Meanwhile, we've had a star pass to the pivot, Farrell Ferry for Ireland, who is now coming around for her first scoring pass in this jam.
Well, this is Team Ireland's chance. They've got blockers out on the floor. As right now the in is full when it comes to Team Argentina. Hulka going to have to serve some time as soon as there's an opening in the penalty box.
We've got a 0-0 on that last scoring pass.
And Mania going to step up against teammate.
Well, in fact, this is Murphy on the line for Ireland. One of the Ireland jammers that is not a member of Dublin Roller Derby.
Oh, no, my mistake.
She skates with, she's right out there on the outside line, straight away, lead jammer. Murphy is, her day-to-day job is as a skater for CCR in Birmingham.
And Murphy down on her knees, back up quite quickly. Murphy potentially the most successful jammer that Team Ireland has fielded against his Argentine team.
No problem.
Mania, you're going to see take the helmet cover off, but she is going to put it back on. She's not going to pass it. Mania got a little jammer on jammer shenanigans. Mania's going to get caught up. Murphy looked like she was going to get through, gets run out of bounds. She's going to have to recycle herself back. She's going to come up on, that is Maki Lambura, Curea, and Pop Pop.
Exhilarating jam there.
And as you see Pop Pop and Mania skate off the track, they are, yes, indeed, sisters.
You may notice some resemblance there, yes.
I know they're both really good.
Well, you know, they're okay. I mean, I heard they could skate okay.
Yeah. And we've got ourselves an official review. And it looks like that is going to be charged to Team Ireland. So we're going to have ourselves a few moments. Of course, everybody excited just down the road, sort of.
It's a long road.
In Manchester.
There is a sea in the middle of that road.
Yeah. Not like the letter, but like an ocean. Let's just say about a 40-minute flight down the road is Manchester, where, of course, the third Women's World Cup will take place coming up next week, February 1st through the 4th.
The first time the World Cup has been held in Europe.
Yes. Although, sometimes I think people may forget that it is the third different country the World Cup has been held in.
Oh, people don't forget that, do they? People know the difference between Canada and the US of A, right?
Well, not all the Americans do, but because it's attached. I do because Border Patrol does not like me at all. But yes, Toronto being the home of the very first World Cup 2011, at the end of 2014, December, we were down in Dallas for the second cup, and very pleased to be out at the Trafford Center in Manchester. This coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's coming up pretty close.
It's going to come up pretty fast. We know that there's a lot. Every time we do this, there's more and more teams involved.
Yeah, so much so this time that is it the first day or the first 2 days that are comprised of shorter games?
Generally speaking, that is the case. I cannot give you the specific details on that. Not because I've been held to secrecy, but at this point, I would have to look it up.
Oh. Well, I've just had news from one of our wonderful officials that that was a successful official review on the part of Ireland. They found that white number 3-5 had exited the penalty box and low blocked an Irish skater. So she will receive a penalty for that and sit in the box now for the next jam.
All right, and as we've got everything ready to go once again, you can see the pack has moved themselves up to the pivot line. Let's see if they stay there. Strategically speaking, they may want to get a head start so that they can snare the jammers a little easier. And in that particular case, it works. Lulazan stuck at the back.
We have both jammers still in pack, but Greenhall Cooney making it out as your lead jammer for this jam, with Lulazan not far behind.
And Cooney looking to re-enter the pack. Lulazan right on her tail. Cooney's going to call it. And we'll see. I think Lula's going to get at least one out of that, and that appears to be what?
So that was a 4-1.
The refs are signaling. Yep, 4-1 actually. Closes the lead just a little bit, although Ireland certainly showing a little extra momentum coming off the half. As we've got a 98-point spread at the moment, 21:51 remaining. As we get started this time around, that's going to be number 26. That is Tropical Mechanica. She's going to be your lead jammer.
Yeah, Tropical Mechanica coming around very quickly for her first scoring pass as Rusty Bullet for Ireland. Still struggling on her initial pass, trying to get through that really tough Argentinian defense. She's getting some help from her teammate Elaine Clark here. Tropical Mechanica, meanwhile, coming around for her second scoring pass of the jam.
And right now, Elka Dixon going to try to get into the middle of that. help her jammer through. Of course, Elka also being the pivot was looking to see if there might be a star pass. Don't see anything. Tropical Mechanica is going to finally reach the 20-foot, outside the 20-foot zone of engagement. They're going to have to let her go.
Rusty Bullet, meanwhile, picking up a cut penalty, or, well, thought that she had picked up a cut penalty, but apparently had not, and has returned to the track.
Yeah, a little confusion there. In the meantime, Tropical Mechanica, she looks back to see if she's got some help coming or not, and of course she does. It's Maki, the cleaner Lampura. But the defense-offense is going to end in a stalemate, and she will call off the jam. That's a 15-0 run for Tropical Mechanica. 161 for Argentina, 48 for Ireland, 19:51 remaining. This is Bob Noxious alongside Maria, and we are having a ball.
Here we go again now. We have Snowden taking the inside line for an almost immediate lead in this sham against Matt Flacca, who is still working against that Irish defense and has made it out on the apex here, turn one. Snowy coming around for her first scoring pass. Recycled by an Argentinian blocker and calling it off.
Snowden getting through the center of that pack as fast as we've seen anybody come onto there today.
I think with the Argentinian defense, those opportunities to get through are so few and far between that you really need to take them with both hands and go when you see them.
Well, and the thing about Snowy is she's got, there's a difference between speed and acceleration, and she's got incredibly quick first couple of steps. And that burst was enough for her to get by the defense before they were ready for her. As we start again, we see Mania, and she's going to be up against Harvey. And she's going to get through that. Mania's going to be your lead jammer as Argentina starting to turn it up to 11.
Mm-hmm. Maybe even 12.
Yeah, it could be 12.
At least 11 and a half. We have Murphy for Ireland, who's removed the star from her helmet. Still working against that tough defense there. Her teammates giving her some offense here, taking that opportunity as Mania comes around for a scoring pass. Slicing right through them. Mania blocked there by Rolo Tomasi and Plant, looking for that inside line. And she finds it and calls it off.
That was a face-to-face matchup. That's mano a mano as much as it's going to be on a defensive front.
Mani a mano?
Mano a mano. What? What did I do?
I'm here all week. I'm actually not here all week. This is the final game of the weekend.
Did I make it funny and not know it? It happens. It's my American accent. Sometimes people get me confused. That's going to be Cooney out there right now. And as she's fighting to find her way up front. Oh, nice skip jump to the outside. She got a little room. And she tight ropes the outside line. A little Walenda in that lady.
What I love about this game is that we've seen some amazing footwork from that beautiful Argentinian transitioning style that we're seeing here from Luzana especially, and Mania, and then from the jig-inspired Michael Flatley footwork from the Irish side.
Well, it could be a tango thing, too. We don't know.
Tango versus jig.
Yeah, I don't know, because when I dance, people just call it a seizure. So I'm not really sure. Tropical Mechanica stuck up in front. She's behind number 24.
We got Rusty Bullet taking a big hit to the outside with Pop-Up recycling her back.
Yeah, and of course, we talked about this all weekend. Argentina, quite diminutive as far as their height goes, and yet their strength and their conditioning such that their ability to leverage people low certainly makes up for any height disadvantage that they have. In fact, it gives them an advantage.
They pack a serious punch.
Oh, look at that! I'm looking at that thinking, I'm going to run through it. I'm going to run through it. And yet it was still there. We haven't seen that very much this entire weekend.
No.
Inside line held wide open.
It's like an invitation to a jammer. Rusty's making it out now, coming around for her scoring pass. She places the star on her helmet.
And with that, the jam will be called off. That's a 10-0 run, 13-0 run. Team Ireland coming out of the half, putting up the first 3 lead jams, and then all of a sudden it became all Team Argentina as that 98-point spread suddenly blossomed to 137 points.
We had a late call there in that jam of a track cut on the Argentinian jammer, so we'll be starting off the next jam as a power jam start with Snowden on the line for Ireland. Full complement of blockers on both sides.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Of course, we want to remind you that there is still merch to be purchased on the tables while we have a moment.
Of course.
Team Scotland still set up over there. Probably it looks like Awesome is still set up over there. I'm sure Ireland and Dublin is set up over there.
And a lot of this stuff is kind of limited edition merch that you're not going to see after the World Cup. You're certainly not going to see here in Dublin again. So.
Well, the thing is, you may not see it after the first day of the World Cup. A lot of that merchandise disappears very quickly. So if you're sitting in the audience, you're thinking, yeah, I think I want to get a shirt. Yeah, it's a good time to do it while the selection is still there.
Yeah, nobody really wants to arrive to spectate at a World Cup without having already had some merch.
I know, you know, and then I get stuck with the women's small, and it just doesn't look right.
I could see it suiting you. I don't know. Got an hourglass figure.
Wow, that is a frightening, frightening thought, even to me. Because I'm very conscientious about my body image.
So another update from our wonderful officials. Team Argentina have used their official review to query the cut call on the jammer here, but the call stands, so they're going to lose their official review, and we're going to go into this next jam as a power jam. So
Snowden going to look for some room. That's going to be Curie. Not going to give it to her on the outside as they recycle to the inside. Snowden somehow keeps her balance.
It's that jig-like footwork we keep talking about.
There you go.
Coming around now for a scoring pass here. Hitting the pack and having her team run some offense right after. That Argentinian defense reforming so quickly. Meanwhile, meanwhile, we have the Argentinian jammer back out of the box and looking to get through on her initial pass.
You know, one of the transformations that we are seeing in roller derby is that the speed and footwork of the blocking core is just as adept as many of the jammers. So for them to get through without those walls reforming in front of them is very difficult once you get up to this level. Speaking very much to what you were describing with Team Argentina, that is going to be Maki, the cleaner Lambura, who's going to be handed the helmet cover. And the jam will be called off.
We have 5 points up in the air for Ireland on that jam. So we called it off before the pivot turn jammer came around in her first scoring pass there for Argentina.
But a 5-0 run for Team Ireland. We've got a score of 187 to 55, 13:06 remaining. And quite honestly, Team Ireland doing a heck of a job against a very difficult Argentinian team. As we see Matt Flacca out there right now as your lead jammer. Matt Flacca, one of the Team Argentina players who came in just for today.
Yes, Matt Flacca has been putting up some quite a number of points on the board in this game. She has just been dancing around any available opportunity that she's given if there's any hole in that defense.
Well, and I also think that it is no coincidence that because she comes in with a set of fresh legs, that we are seeing her in the rotation as heavy as she has been.
Absolutely. As we all know, many of the Argentinian skaters are skating for Team Awesome, who are on a European tour at the moment, playing many games over a very short period of time. So I imagine fresh legs are definitely an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt Flacca is going to call it off. And she'll go on a 10-0 run that's going to push the score in favor of Argentina. 197-55. We were just under 12 minutes. And we have a timeout. It was so casual.
Maybe it'd be a nice time now to take an opportunity to just acknowledge the brilliant work of all of our officials this weekend. Can we hear it for the officials?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had an excellent showing of high caliber international officials coming here to Ireland for this weekend's tournament, and you can tell that it's really going to help with our own local officials as well, getting their knowledge up to speed and helping us to improve our own league.
Well, we know that Schreff might be learning something, but I'm not going to put money on it.
I don't know if that man will ever learn.
Obliviously, he walks away with his coffee.
You're ready to get back to action here. We have the Irish jammer standing in the box and Mania jamming for Argentina.
Mania, as we said before, actually part of Dublin Roller Derby. But of Argentinian descent and Pop sister, and she is your lead jammer.
Now Mania coming around on her first scoring pass. We have the Irish jammer back out of the box.
Oh,
She's taken the star off of her helmet. That would be Harvey for Ireland.
Hits the floor pretty hard. Looks like as she was trying to push through there, gets those feet up in the air so she could start pumping those legs. Gets them swept out from underneath her, hits the floor, and she's right back into the three wall that she was stuck behind. We got a cut track, however, on number 23, who is holding on to the jammer helmet cover, and that would be Cooney.
So this is an opportunity for Manny on another power jam.
And there comes that cavalry, and it works out well. Hulka in particular coming through there, going to open up some space. Looks like she's there with Pauli.
We have the whole pack rolling backwards to meet Manny, and the Argentinian blockers placing some offense there in the front of the wall, splitting that wall and allowing Manny to get through pretty much untouched.
Mania will come through it to the outside, cut back to the center. As we see Timus out there just trying to bust things up, give Mania some running space. In the meantime, that's going to leave a little space of its own for Cooney.
Manny calling off the jam there before Cooney can come around and score. We've seen some very high-scoring power jams here on the Argentinian side today, and I think that has made up like quite a portion of the points we see on the board here.
Get started one more time. That's Lula San up against Rusty Bullet.
Lula Zan with a very attractive pirouette on the outside line makes it through for lead jammer. We have Rusty Bullet being hit out here on the outside line, taking the star off her helmet, still trying to complete her initial pass.
Oh, Kamoa, Pop Pop, and Lumbera.
A star pass has been completed to Elka Dixon, who takes a star for Ireland.
Oh, Lula San coming in fast and furious. Ping pongs off a couple of defenders. Finds her with the outside. Gets her up. Gets her the final opponent off balance with a body fake and pulls 5 more points.
Meanwhile, Elka Dixon being recycled again, trying to complete that initial pass. We got some offense coming in from Rola Tomasi, but Pop Pop getting around in front and hitting Dixon out again.
Yeah, this is where Team Ireland's got to help her out. Lula San really not looking to do anything except keep the time clock rolling, so they have time to go ahead and play a little offense in there.
We have a blocker for Ireland going to the box. A pair of Irish blockers defending at the top. That's Ani Kelly with Rusty Bullet. Meanwhile, Lula Zan coming around again for another scoring pass. And Elka Dixon recycled to the back again, still trying to complete that initial.
Yeah, Maki Lumbera coming through to break up that final 2 wall. That is going to spring Lula San as she puts up 25 points. And in a matter of 20 minutes, this game has broken itself wide open as Argentina now leads 241 to 55.
Yeah, certainly the momentum that Argentina has been building points has increased here in the second half.
Ireland really came out the first 3 jams firing, and ever since then it's been all Argentina. And right there you can see Tropical Mechanica is going to get through 4 lead jam. And we've got a couple of, we see a clockwise block being signaled.
Quite a few penalties here for the Irish blockers, as we have 1 standing in the box and 2 on the way in for penalties. So leaving Farrell Ferry as the lone blocker, and Snowden with the cap off, looking to pass, to try and complete that initial pass.
And of course, that's going to be difficult with all 4 Argentinian blockers out on the track. In the meantime, that is going to be Tropical Mechanica putting up more points. She's already up to 15 as this jam is a minute in, and she calls it off. And with another 19 points, the lead just gets a little bit larger. We're down to 5:32 remaining in the second half.
Coming to the end of this long weekend of Derby, you're starting to see the effects of so much gameplay and so much exertion on people. And maybe that has something to do with the number of penalties we're seeing here.
Of course, the players from 2x4's Team Awesome will go on to play Middleborough on Tuesday. So that entails, I believe, 12 of Team Argentina.
We have Matt Flacca here working at the front of the pack.
Oh, look at that!
Some beautiful footwork there on the outside line. Gets her lead jammer. Murphy for Ireland, not too far behind, has completed her initial pass. Flacca is already scoring.
And Flacca comes in hard on that last pass. She's able to pull 3 points. 4:29 remaining in the second period. We are under 5 minutes away from capping what has been so far historically the biggest weekend of Derby in Ireland.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever, ever.
And nothing but love for Dublin Roller Derby and everybody that's made it possible for this to happen. It's been a blast. As we see number 23.
That's Greenhall Cooney for Ireland. Working away on the front wall there, getting some offense from her blocker, Farrell Ferry. We got the back defensive wall from Ireland, holding Maniha there. Greenhall Cooney, one to beat at the front of the pack. Transitions to get lead jammer. Maniha has a star taking off her helmet.
Pretty spin move to cap that one off. Definitely part of the highlight reel for today. But at this point, it is just a matter of time.
A star pass on the Argentinian side means that Greenhall Cooney is going to call it off, having got as many points as she thinks is safe. Four points for Ireland, denying any points to the Argentinian jammer.
Yeah, Tamus is going to get the star cover, the helmet covered, but not going to get to score any points. It seems kind of unfair, really.
It does.
It's like, here, you take this, and then you run like the wind on an open track, just waiting to come around and pass one person.
All that effort, and for what?
And then somebody's just standing there watching you saying, nope.
It does. If only, you know, anytime you're jamming, you were just let through, you know?
Yeah.
Seems so impolite, doesn't it?
Even the Canadians don't do that. And they're the most polite people you'll meet.
We have a jammer penalty for Rusty Bullet for Ireland, so she's going to sit in the penalty box. So that leaves Lulazan here to make hay while the sun shines, getting through on the inside line for a full scoring pass there.
Once again, if you have not purchased your merchandise, there's still merch out at the tables. So you can imagine when things wrap up, we are going to get shut down as quickly as possible.
On track here, we have the Irish defense trying to hold back Lulazan as she is completing a scoring pass here, as Rusty Bullet has re-emerged from the penalty box with the star off her helmet and made it through on her initial pass, coming around to score.
And that'll be the end of that jam. 10-0 run. We've got enough time left for at least one more jam as we come down to pretty close to a minute. 273 to 59. A game that was only about a 50-point separation early in this first half.
Yeah,
and
I think the
Argentina, like you said, turning it up to 11 and a half.
I think we're pretty much at 12 now. Yeah, the first half of this game doesn't bear much resemblance to the second half. We've had Argentina really locking it down here with their defense, and their jammers just exploiting any opportunity that they've been given.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And we take a look. Tropical Mechanica stuck inside that mass. Maki, the cleaner Lambura, trying to break things up, get Tropical through. Snowden out there. Snowy trying to get through the three wall at the back of the pack.
An Irish blocker penalty, releasing Tropical Mechanica at the front of that pack, and she can come around again to score. Snowden still working on that initial pass.
As the time clock has 4 seconds left, the jam clock's got just over a minute.
Tropical Mechanica might be looking for some more scoring passes before she ends this jam. We've had a star pass to McKee on the Irish side. McKee has been hit out and recycled again to the back, so still hasn't completed that initial pass, with Tropical Mechanica just blasting through the walls every time she comes around.
And as Tropical Mechanica is looking to go ahead, apparently, and run this jam down to its final 2 minutes, we want to remind you to be sure to show up at J.K. Stoutman, because that's where all the cool kids will be, and even some of us that aren't so cool.
Some of the cool kids and some of the less cool kids will
That's
also be
right.
there. I think after such a long weekend of Derby, we all deserve
Yes.
a nice cold beverage.
Absolutely. And there you have it. Though the score is unofficial, certainly nothing is going to change in the outcome. That was a 25-point run at the very end there for Team Argentina for a final score of what appears to be 298-259. Though that is unofficial, it is unlikely to change. And with that, let's hear for Team Ireland, everybody. And and they came all the way from Buenos Aires. Let's hear it for Team Argentina.
And then all that remains is for us to say thank you all so much for coming. And we hope to see you later for a lovely cool beer in J.K. Stoutman's.
Yep, and of course, we hope to see you Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Manchester if you have the opportunity to get down there. There is not another Derby spectacle in the world that compares to the Women's World Cup. I'm Bob Notches for Maria, and we're going to say goodbye.
Night all.